Well, good evening. How are you guys doing? Hey, Nina. Hi, one private account. Hi, Moda Bidoa. Hopefully I said that right. Well, Merry Christmas to you guys too. Good evening to everybody. Hey, Miss Yolanda, Kimberly, Desiree, Arlene. Hi, my little Canadian angel. How are you? Let me start this. Give me just a minute. Okay, hold on just a minute. Hold on. Let me connect my other channels. All right, give me just a minute. All righty. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, everyone. So, hello, Michael and Nina. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Azzy. How are you? Hey, Brooke. C. Cassidy. Hold on. What is it? It's Mudupe. Okay, Mudupe. I'm so sorry. How are you? So let me just start because we also have listeners on podcast. So I am Dr. Carmen Bryant. I am the host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Welcome to all my podcast listeners. For those of you that are not listening on podcast, welcome. I am on Facebook. I am on Periscope. I am on Instagram. And I am on YouTube. And thank you guys so much for being here. To my podcast listeners, thank you guys for joining me. How is everyone doing? Happy belated Christmas to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Hello, Jacqueline. How are you? Hi, Miss Cindy. Let's see who we got. Love and peace. How are you doing? The T on NPD. All right. How's everyone doing? Hi, Gia. Hey, Miss Angela. I hope you enjoy Mississippi. Hello, the T on NPD. How are you doing, ma'am? Hello, Miss Shirley, Stormy Miller, Adina, Bonnie, PR, Molly. How are you doing? Hi, Miss Irene Hernandez. How are you? Thank you for joining me on podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Penny, Molly, PR, Christine, Haaka. Hopefully I said that right. Kimberly, let's see. Enjoy Mississippi, y'all. Don't get too comfortable. You got to come back home. Hey, I can hear you laughing too. Hey, Queen Sunshine. Hey, Zensu Tsunami. Hopefully I said that right. How are you doing? How is everyone doing this evening? Yeah, that's right. You don't want to miss me. Thank you for being here. I don't want to miss you guys either. Hi, Umar. Annette, how are you guys doing? I wasn't able to. I'm doing great. Thank you, Miss Irene. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Hasa. The C is like, Hasa. Oh, that's pretty. Hasa. That is beautiful. Hello, hello from Chicago. Finally seeing the light. Hi, Jermaine. How are you doing, sir? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to let a few more people. Hey, Karma Rain, how are you? Happy holidays to you as well. Thank you so much, Miss Irene. I usually give all the greetings and salutations on all the lives that I'm doing where they can see me face to face. Well, I can't see them, but they can see me. So if you be patient with me, I'm just going through all my salutations and then we'll start. I'm waiting for my moderators to come on. I got one moderator on. That's Miss Telsha. She's on here. Hey, Monique. Angel, how are you? Cindy George, how are you doing? Oops, sorry about that. Thank you guys for being here. I am grateful for another day as well. Merry belated Christmas to you guys. Hopefully you had a nice Christmas, a nice narc-free Christmas. A nice narc-free Christmas. I think where's Stevie Bananas and where's Little Boss? I was thirsty, y'all. I'm sorry. Hi, Eve. Stevie Banana, New Dawn Arises. We got Telsha. So we're waiting for those two. Where is Just Be Real? I'm just waiting for them to come. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. And free. That's what I'm talking about. In Michigan, it's 11:40. Okay, so you are 9, 10, 11. You're 3 hours ahead. Okay. I know. Just Be Real. Pop in right as I'm in the middle of talking. Let's see. Who else we got on here I don't recognize? Let me see. It's Brandy. And where else? Tracy. So let's see who we got over here. Did I miss anybody over here? Hi, Joanna. How are you doing? Aquarius lady, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? Hi, First Lady 0143. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just doing my salutations. If you guys give me a minute. Thank you, Telsha. Peer character dancing under the rain of confetti and taking his hat off to say you're amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey there. How are you guys doing? It's MTF gang. Hi there. Hi, K. Smith from Dallas. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Kimberly Vera. Thank you guys for joining me. Felicia. Thank you for referring. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Windsor, Ontario, 3 hours ahead. Okay. Well, hi, Susie. You're new. Thank you for being here. Hi, Pink Lights, Pink Kisses. Got pink lights and pink kisses and pink butterflies. All right. Hi, Daniel. ATL in the house. Hey, Lisa. All right. Thank you so much for using my advice. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hi, Shannon. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you so much, Aquarius lady. Thank you so much. Hi, Denise. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello to you too. Estodo for you. All right. Well, hello there. Chelsea, did Just Be Real and Stevie Bananas come on yet? I'm just waiting for for the other ones to come on too. How are you doing? I did. I had an awesome holiday. Thank you so much. Hi, Shirley. Hello. Is M. Najeri? Thank you so much. Hey, Dana. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Not yet? Okay. Hi, Miss Sandy. Hi, Therese. Good evening to you too. I did. I had a great Christmas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all try to focus the questions this way. You want to start asking, when you guys start asking questions, focus the question to your host. Because if you guys can answer your own questions and go ahead and go on your own channel, but be respectful. I'm your host. I've come on live. You guys come on here, you ask questions. Hey, Miss T. Williamson, how are you doing? Oh, thank you so much. One of my subscribers sent this to me. Isn't this beautiful? It's a beautiful piece. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, Telsha, I guess you are you're the moderator for this evening because I don't know where Stevie Bananas and Just Be Real are at. Mine was great. Thank you so much, Miss Sharima. Parents of adult toxic children. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Hi, Adina. I did. I had a great Christmas. Thank you so much. All right, Brandy. If you two are going to have a conversation the whole time, then y'all going to have to go and text each other. Y'all text each other. It's coming along much better. I finally got the downstairs. Hassa. Sorry about that. Hassa. I got the downstairs done. I got my room half done. I got to paint the bathroom, and then I got to set up my office. I'm still working on my office. I got the microphone, y'all. See? I got the microphone. You guys over here can't see it. I got the microphone. See? There goes a microphone. So I got the microphone. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much. You are not late. I'm just getting started. So Telsha, I guess you are the only moderator for right now. So I guess we can get started. So we can get started for with the questions. If you could give me about 40 minutes. Give me about 40 minutes. Give me about 40 minutes. Give me 40 minutes. I got a nice setup. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm just using the downstairs right now because my office is not fully set up. Once I get my office set up, I have it set up where I actually have a chair. So I do have a chair. And so I'll be sitting in the chair and I can put this on a stand so I can sit on the chair and talk to you guys. Thank you so much. Do you know anything about covert narcissists and emotional incest? I do. And I did a video on that. You can go, hey, Ernestine, Solomon. I did a video on emotional incest, and I did do one on covert narcissists. I did. Hi, May. Hi, Nenine and Gretty Swift. Hello. Do you have any videos about healing after divorce from a narcissist 20 marriage? I think all my videos address that. Felicia, all my videos address that. And it's not just after the divorce, it's after the relationship, period. Yeah. How do you prepare for the narc to be released from jail? Well, it depends on what he's in jail for. If he's in jail for like domestic violence or stalking or something like that, if they're in jail for like a crime like domestic violence or something like that, they normally inform you that the person is getting out of jail to keep you safe. But if you feel like you're unsafe, then you may want to go maybe to the police department. Hey, Dawn, long time no see. You may want to go to the police department and see if you can get a no contact order filed, to keep them away from your home, keep them away from you. Did I fix the lighting? I play with the lighting to make sure, because on the camera here, on this camera here with you guys is really, really, really bright because the light is right behind it. And then over here on Instagram is a little further away from the light. So so I have to dim the light so I don't look so washed out on the camera. That's why I got to get another light. I actually do have studio lights. So I have the big studio lights. But because of the fact some of my boxes are still packed up in the garage, I have to go through the garage so I can set up the light. So once I get my studio set up, I can set up the bigger lights and it'll have a different look, a better look on the camera. Because this is just really, really bright, kind of make me look washed out, make me look pale. On here, it looks all right, but it makes me look washed out. So thank you for asking, though. For DV against you, well, Desiree, what usually happens is, I don't know what state you're in. I don't know how the laws and rules apply in that state, but normally they'll inform you to let you know that he's getting out. And if they don't inform you, if he went in there for domestic violence, you can also ask for a no contact order or a, what is it called? Is a no contact order or a, what is it? It's a no contact is another one, a no contact order, but let them know. Let them know. Good evening. Thank you to beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Is narcissism an epidemic? It's like there are a lot of them, or is it me? Should I stop reading and educating myself too much? No, narcissism is on the rise. And really, I think what it's really, to be honest with you, now this is just my personal opinion. And I probably have to study a little more. It's my personal opinion. What I think narcissism has been, I know narcissism has been around for years. A lot of you, for many, many, many years, a lot of times when you don't know that it exists, you don't know what you're looking for. Now that most of you are more educated and you really know what you're looking at, you know what it looks like, what happens is now you're aware of it. You're actually looking at your family, friends, how you grew up, and you can go beyond your own parents. Some of you got older parents, 70, 80 years old, 90 years old, and you look back and now you're more aware of the fact narcissism has been around, but it's almost like it was hidden. It was really covert and it was hidden because, hey, Roman, how are you? But it was like it was hidden. Just so over, it wasn't so out there. We didn't know. When you don't know something, you don't know what to look for. You don't know what you're looking at. But now that people are becoming more educated, there is more description and definition to behaviors that you're seeing. At one point in time, we didn't know we were looking at narcissists, because as a therapist, when we're educated about narcissists, we're educated about narcissistic personality disorder from the point of view from a therapist trying to help a person with narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. So when we're educated about it, and therapists or professionals are educated about it, they're educated from a point of view to assist and provide therapy for them. They're not normally educated on what it looks like when people are being abused by somebody with narcissistic personalities or personality disorders in general. And so now that we're more aware, think about it. Now that your eyes are open, you see better. Now that your eyes are open, you're starting to see it's been around you all along, and it's on the rise. Especially with a lot of the social medias, everybody's becoming instant social media stars, and a lot of them are going to the extremes, in order to get more views, more followers. The most followers is competitive. You got to be more extreme. You got to be productive, So I think our culture is now breeding it more. Now it's in other countries too, don't get me wrong, but I'm just talking about here in the US. But it's like, abuse was so hush hush. Exactly. Abuse is very hush hush. What goes on in the house stays in the house. Shut your mouth and don't talk about it. I agree with that. I.E. Chavez, I agree with that too. Mm-hmm. They want any attention, even negative few. Exactly. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, y'all. When you guys are asking questions back and forth, let me as the host answer those questions, because a lot of you guys are answering each other's questions. But if you're here, allow me as the host to answer the question. Allow me to answer the questions, okay? What happens when the narc hits rock bottom? He has no supply, money, etc. A lot of times they become suicidal. A A narcissist has to have supply. They have to have supply. Even if they don't have money, they have to attach and find some type of supply. And if they don't get supply, a lot of them will become suicidal because they live off of supply. Do you think narcissism and empathy is tied to spiritual connections like family curses and guardian angels? I believe it's family curses. Yeah, generational curses. I do believe that. Empathy is something that we learn. It's something that is learned. You teach your children empathy. We learn empathy from each other. You learn to have empathy. You learn to feel not an empath, but to have empathy. That's something that is learned. Narcissism is a disorder. And I do believe it does have a spirit. As a believer, I'm a believer. So I do confess my faith as a Christian, as a believer. But I do believe it does have spiritual connection. I do believe it has some generational curses. I do believe that. Yeah. What makes borderline personality disorder different from narcissism? That's a whole nother video. It is a part of the cluster B, the cluster B personality disorders. So they all kind of intertwine with each other. A lot of times when I'm working with clients and as I'm doing diagnosis, sometimes narcissistic NPD actually looks like borderline. And then other traits start coming out to differentiate the BPD from the NPD. But they are a part of the cluster B personality disorder. So a lot of them kind of interconnect with each other. The cluster B personality disorders are considered the dramatic personality disorder. That's the dramatic personality disorders. And so they do kind of interconnect with each other. So a lot of the symptomology connect with each other. And then the longer you focus, the longer you diagnose, the longer you look for symptoms, then all of a sudden, symptoms will start manifesting themselves that will differentiate the two from each other. All those, if you really think about it, borderline and NPD all stem from something traumatic in life. And so it is, the dark triad. But they all stem from borderline personality disorder stems from abuse or neglect or rejection in youth. And the way that they handle it, they have this love-hate relationship with people. They jump into relationships really quick, really intensely. The borderline personality disorder looks very similar to bipolar disorder. The difference between bipolar and borderline is bipolar, the symptoms are pretty distinct. Our moods are all on a polar. And it'll drop down to, like, for bipolar disorder, it'll drop down like maybe about 2-3 weeks of maybe depressive episodes or dysthymia. That might be the normal thing, the dysthymia or cyclothymia. And then it moves back up. It might go into hypomania or mania. And that's 3 to 4 days. And so it's very distinctive. For some people, they may have it like bipolar 1. I think that's the more severe one. They may have it maybe once or twice a year. And when they have manic episodes, it becomes almost to a point where psychotic, but they have these manic breaks or manic episodes and these breaks. Bipolar disorder, it can happen maybe once a month. It can happen like every 2 or 3 months. They also have rapid cycling, meaning that it's almost like they cross over in each other, but it's very, very distinctive. Borderline personality disorder, which looks very similar to bipolar, the moods fluctuate more often. And so when you hear people say, well, I feel like I have these manic episodes, every few hours, every few days, they're not very distinct like bipolar is. And the moods fluctuate very, very quickly. And for bipolar disorder, medications like lithium or like antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, they usually assist with stabilizing the mood. With borderline personality disorder, it becomes very, very complicated. And they have a very hard doctors or psych med professionals. They usually have a hard time managing the moods because they fluctuate so much and so fast. And normally they have a lot of problems managing the moods for borderline personality disorders. However, when you look at a narcissist, a lot of time the narcissist has symptomology very similar to borderline, but the more you pay attention and the more you document, you can distinguish after a while, you can distinguish the difference between the two disorders. But yes, the borderline, the cluster B personality disorder, they all almost like pick up on traits in a circle. It's almost like they all have similar traits. I see empaths and narcissist couples in my family history. Breaks my heart. Some never get away. Bipolar was also some. See? Lisa said, so true. I'm a case manager in mental health, and I believe my ex-narc suffered from bipolar disorder as well. See? And yes, believe it or not, people with narcissistic personality disorder can have other disorders. They can have schizophrenia. They can have things like a lot of them have major depression. They have post-traumatic stress disorder. They have ADHD. They have bipolar disorder. Some of them even have like autism. So they can have other disorders. Some of those narcissists also have antisocial personality disorder, which is formerly called psychopath or sociopath. Those are the dangerous ones. Those are the ones that you consider malignant. All of them are malignant, but when you say malignant, you're referring to one that also has these other sociopath or psychopath pathology. I've seen someone close to me getting deeper into witchcraft and becoming more destructive to our whole family and their own. Then it's very good for you to go to your pastor, if your pastor understands spiritual warfare, to discuss it with your pastor. Or you can always go to my mentors page, Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She's the presiding prelate of Into His Chambers Ministries, and she is she's a senior pastor over several ministries and many ministries and several churches. She is our senior pastor, and you're always welcome to go to her YouTube channel as well. She discusses narcissism from the perspective, from a spiritual and biblical perspective. Hi, Samara. That's my daughter's name. Hi, Samara. Yes, I'm live. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Hi, Eddie. How are you doing? My ex was diagnosed with bipolar 1 when he went into cardiac arrest. Ooh. He was diagnosed after suffering a brain injury after the arrest. Oh, wow. Wow. Yes, it's true. Mine was a bunch of many disorders, even PTSD, bipolar. See? Why will a narc practically stalk you, then act like they don't want you? Girl, you got to watch some of my videos. That's a lot of questions in one, but my videos will explain that. Let's see. Do they ever change for the new supply? I really struggle with self-worth, feeling like I wasn't enough. Hold on. Tell you guys, these questions go really, really fast. I struggle with self-worth, feeling like I wasn't enough, and he will treat the new girl better. I have some videos on that, Tiffany. They don't change for the new supply. You got to remember that each and every person is very different. That was Tiffany, right? You have to understand that every person is different. What turns me on is not going to turn you on. You might be cerebral. I might not be cerebral. When I say cerebral, I don't mean narcissist. I mean, you might be a thinker. You might be a cerebral thinker. A narcissist, whenever they get someone, they have to calibrate themselves or mirror that individual. I'm not like you. So if your narcissist were to come after me, your narcissist wouldn't handle me the same way they would handle you. They would have to change up to figure out how to calibrate with me and how to draw me in, right? Same way, if vice versa. They would have to, if they were searching for you, they couldn't handle you the way that they handle me. They would have to handle you the way that they handle you. And so for each and every supply, it may not take as much. If you've been with them for a while, hi, Dr. Kenetra Brian. Oh, you got my last name. Hey, how are you doing? But for each and every supply is different. Every new supply is different. And so what you're looking at is not the fact that they're changing. What they're doing is they're calibrating to a new supply. So everything that we teach them how to be for the next person. So you may tell them your dislikes and things that you don't like and how they got caught in this and why they do this and I can't believe this. And so they'll take all that you don't like and then they'll do it for the new supply. It's two reasons. One, to hurt you. And number two, to pull that new supply. You wanted to go on vacation. You wanted a new car. You wanted this car. You wanted this type of house. And they never did it for you, but they get to the new supply and that new supply may have more money than you do. So all the things that you were asking for, they'll do it for that new supply. That new supply is just, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Is, oh my gosh, this is my honey to tea, my yin to the yang. This is my ham to the burger, my peanut to the butter. You see what I mean? And to them, that's the greatest thing that has ever happened on the face of their, oh my gosh. And you're looking like, I can't believe that you're doing for this person. Well, two reasons. One is going to hurt you. And number two is to pull that new supply in and lock them in, right? So they're not actually changing. They don't change. They mirror and calibrate with the new supply. Once they got that new supply locked in, they don't change. All the stuff that they do, it's going to come out again. They're going to do it again. They don't change. They can't change. They will not change. I got a bit of time to support other survivors and educators. Okay. I got a bit of time to support other survivors and educators. So are you advertising yourself no narc zone? Because if you're advertising yourself, I will block you off of this channel. I don't like for people to come on my channel and advertise. You do that on your own channel. Now, if you're just saying that to say that, okay. But if you're advertising on my channel, I will block you off my channel. You do that on your own channel. My ex new supply moved in and calls him her Superman. She has no clue. Oh yeah, he's going to be Superman and he's going to be kryptonite. That's what he's going to be. Don't worry. It's coming. Angel, that's a long, long, long question. And the questions go really, really fast. Let me see. What are your thoughts on when you have children with the narc, but y'all are non-contact? He only speaks to the kids when he sends money to my account, voluntary child support. Should I acknowledge? Okay, should I acknowledge and thank him? I have before and he doesn't ever respond. So don't, I mean, you kind of answered your question, girl. That's something he's supposed to do. Why would I thank you for shower? You're supposed to take a shower. So if you got kids, you're supposed to support the kids. Why thank them? Because you can't take them to court. Hypocrites and Parrot were both of the opinion that anyone without a thorough understanding of astrology was not really a doctor at all. Do you know anything about astrology? Girl, who is this? Clifton Green, that, you know what? Don't waste my time. Hold on. Don't waste my time. I ain't got time for that. Give me just a second. Don't waste my time. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, my question just slowed down. So give me just a second. Give me just a second. Don't ask me dumb questions like that. All right, so let me go back to the important questions. If you don't know anything about astrology, you're not really a doctor, go ahead on with that. Anyway, it's called rapport. Okay. All righty. Okay, let's see. All right. That's one way to know they're cheating. They change, they mimic and reprogram themselves to the new supply. Yep. I know everyone froze. They did. Everything just stopped. Yep. Being single is empowering. Yes, it is. They go just be real. I told you she was going to pop up. Well, Telsha said you're going to pop up. I said you're going to pop up. Angel, please allow me to answer the questions, okay? Let me answer the questions, all right? When you're on here, allow me to answer the questions. It's kind of rude when you're on somebody else's channel and you doing all the question answering, because if you know all the answers, why are you coming on the channel? Allow me to answer the questions, okay? You wish you were as strong as me, Kimberly? Girl, that means that you want the pain that I went through, right? Ugh. Never wish you want somebody else's strength, because you don't know what they went through to get to where they are. And you want my strength. That means you got to go through the process. I had to go through the process to be where I'm at. You see what I mean? And so don't ever envy somebody because you think that they're stronger than you. They may be just a little more advanced than you are, but at the same time, you don't know what they went through to be where they are. You don't know the pain that they went through. You see what I mean? Can you speak briefly on synthetic hormone therapy and effects on narcissism, testosterone? I can't. Because a personality disorder is not going to be affected by any kind of therapy or hormone or testosterone replacement. A personality disorder doesn't change because you do hormone therapy or testosterone therapy. That doesn't work. It's a personality disorder. Your story for God's glory. Bam. There you go, Gabrielle. I find we are all on our own journey. Absolutely. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Okay, let's see. How do you find strength to leave a narcissist? I have no support mentally or financially. I need help. Well, Courtney, what you're going to have to do is you may have to reach out to a domestic violence program, some type of support program, YWCA, domestic violence program, and you have to be consistent. And when persistent, not consistent, persistent, be persistent. And when you really need help, there's going to be some help available for you. And though you may not have money, they may be able to put you into a shelter for the time being, help you get a trade, help you get some type of certificate, help you with housing, to help you get you back on your feet. And so the strength is really inside of you. A lot of times you don't realize your own strength inside of you. In other words, do the drugs make symptoms worse? With a personality disorder, drugs doesn't make it better or worse. If drugs affect a person in a negative way, really, if you think about it, it's already in them. It's already in them. It's already in them. So that's like drinking alcohol. Alcohol doesn't make a person, it doesn't make a person abusive. They were already abusive. It just makes them relax enough to keep doing what they're doing. So I don't think drugs have a big effect on whether or not it makes them better or worse. Unless we're talking about drugs and alcohol, meaning it makes them more aggressive or something, they're already aggressive. Then on top of that, you add a drug that may make them aggressive or something like that. It just makes it even worse because it's already there. It's already there. Can you give me idea about my thoughts to warn my mom about something, but I am no contact with her? I can't give you your thoughts. So I can't give you an idea of your thoughts. I can't do that. And how to warn your mom about something I'm no contact with. I can't help you on that. Because if you no contact, stay no contact. It's not your job to inform nobody. Do you think empaths have heightened sense of intuition? Absolutely. Do you recover from narc constantly love bombing you and claiming to want to marry you? Yeah, you can recover from that. You just go no contact. No contact. I did a video on co-parenting versus counter-parenting. How do I emotionally deal with the results of filing fraud charges? How do I emotionally deal with the results of filing fraud charges? Make an appointment with me, because everybody's individual. So I would need to know more about your situation. Can drugs and alcohol be fuel for a narc? It could be a part of their other problems, but drug and alcohol is not the fuel. A person is a fuel. People are supply and people provide fuel for a narcissist. Things don't provide fuel. People provide fuel for the narcissist. Your emotions, when you cry, when you scream, when you yell, when you beg, when you plead, whether it's positive or negative, that is fuel to the narcissist. Thank you so much, Telsha. I appreciate you. I emailed you for an appointment. I don't do appointment requests, and I don't discuss appointments. That's the wrong platform. You got to email me. So if I have not contacted you, I have to go scroll through my emails. But I don't do appointment requests on when I'm on live like this. So I don't discuss appointments and stuff while I'm on live. I know I was a strong, independent woman until him. I had a 10 trauma as a child, but he shot me down on that. Of course, anything that you tell them that's personal information, they're going to use it against you. When you spill your heart out to, thank you so much, Just Be Real, but when you spill your heart out to a narcissist, of course they're going to use it against you. Of course they're going to use it against you. Thank you for your help with my breakthrough during the pandemic while identifying how my relationship was affected by my childhood. Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for that. I've always have said the problem was already been there. Yeah, it's already been there. Absolutely. Thank you, Just Be Real. Every drug is also a supply. No, every drug is not a supply. Every drug is not a supply. People are supply. People are supply, and people provide fuel. Because drugs can't give them emotions. They can't give them reactions. So drugs don't give them emotions and reactions like you do. You give them emotions and reactions. You get angry, you cry, you're hurt. That's fuel to them. My ex would always act like he had cancer, so I would feel sorry for him, but he never went to the doctor. She was lying. Probably was. And that is fuel. See, you felt sorry for him. That's fuel. I did have a nice Christmas. Thank you so much, Marilyn. I appreciate that. Does the narc use bringing you up constantly as a way to control the new supply? Oh, absolutely. That's called triangulation. And what a narcissist will do when they see, what you guys don't understand is this. Well, some of you guys understand. When a narcissist gets with a new supply, they're trying to hurt you too by letting you know how happy they are. Now, remember this. If you got to constantly tell somebody how happy you are, then obviously you're not that happy. I'm doing so great. You know, that means that they're probably not doing so great. Because they have to let you know that they're doing so great. Number two, when they're with the new supply, in order to trauma bond that new supply, they're going to say things about you, even though they may say things about you. Hi, NTNL. But they'll say things about you to the new supply, even though they say negative things, and they have to get this new supply to be their flying monkey, but they're still making that new supply curious about you. And so they'll say things. I'll just use me as an example. And I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just using a hypothetical situation. I got her doctor's degree, or yeah, she's a doctor and got her own private practice. And she did this and she did this, but and I know that she's doing this and that. She thinks but see, this is two things. They're dogging you out on one hand, but how they're dogging you out, they're doing it, and they're strategic at how they do it. They're taking all your attributes and they're putting it in the new supply's face to throw it in their face. So on one hand, they're complaining about you and telling them all this stuff about you, but they're telling all this stuff about you so that the other supply is going to compete they're going to compete with you, even though you're not competing for that narcissist. Now they're looking at, she's got all these qualities. She has this right here, or he has this right here. He has a private practice. He has a doctor's degree. He has this right here. And so on one hand, they're angry with the narcissist and trying to collaborate. But on the other hand, that narcissist is strategic by trying to make that new supply feel inferior to you. And it's called triangulation. You see what I mean? They're doing triangulation. So you see, a narcissist is very intentional with what they do. They're very, 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 very intentional about what they do, and everything they do has an ulterior motive. So even though they may be over there dogging you out, the stuff that they're saying about you is making that new supply curious about you. I promise you this one thing, that new supply has went to go look you up somewhere, has went to go look at your pictures, have went to look at your social media, because they need to know something about you. That narcissist makes them curious about you so that they feel insecure. Think about how insecure you felt. They got to make that new supply feel insecure. What's the best way of doing it? Talking about you. I thought they get a different state of mind on drugs. They do, but they don't get fuel from it because it's not a person. Interesting. I never thought of it from that perspective. See? So always remember this. First of all, there is no such thing as casual conversations with a narcissist. Hold on just a minute. Let me keep my screen from shutting down. But there is no such thing as a casual conversation with a narcissist. No such thing. Everything is very intentional. Everything is thought out. Everything that they do is thought out. Hold on just a minute, you guys. Let me keep my screen from turning off. My screen keeps turning off. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Forgive me. All right. Here we go. Okay. But everything a narcissist does is very strategic. Everything that a narcissist does, there's no accident. There is no casual conversation. Everything they do is already thought of. When they play one supply with the other supply, or when they're talking to the new supply about you, there are two ways. One is to get the supply to collaborate with them and become a flying monkey to do the fighting for them. But at the same time is also to make that new supply insecure about you. So even though they're talking about you, they're talking about all you're good at, a lot of the good things as well, to throw it in the face of the new supply. You see what I mean? So that, yeah, triangulation is deep. And a lot of times you're looking at it the wrong way. Everything that a narcissist does is very intentional. There is no, I accidentally text you. There is no such thing as I accidentally sent a picture to you. There is no such thing as I accidentally pocket dialed you. They're very strategic at everything they do. There is no such thing as I accidentally bumped into you. There's no such thing for a narcissist. Everything they do, they think about it, and they do it strategically because they want a reaction from you. They want fuel. I don't want them talking about me. Girl, you a superstar. Let them talk about you, honey. You're a superstar. Remember that. And what happens is while they're talking about you in their house, that new supply is hearing a lot of stuff about you. You have become like a superstar. So to that new supply, you have become a star in that house. You are bigger than what you think you are to that new supply. That new supply has made you into a superstar. That new supply thinks about you a lot more than you think they do. So girl, honey, you go be your superstar. Let them talk about you as much as they want to. You are a superstar, girl. You might have to send them an autograph. How would someone go from cutting soul ties with narcissistic people? Good person to listen to is R.C. Blakes, Honorable Bishop R.C. Blakes. And you can also listen to my mentor, Helen Sadler, at Destiny Helper on YouTube. They will talk about that for you. They will talk about and explain that to you. The supply will even stalk you, aka flying monkeys. Absolutely. When my husband hears me upstairs, he starts singing real loud. He just wants a reaction from you. That's why. Why does the narc's family enable his self-destructive behaviors and his abuse toward loved ones? A lot of times, think about this for a minute. So if you have a narcissist, an overt narcissist, or let's talk about a narcissist that presents himself or herself, and we're talking about him in this particular. You got families of narcissists that know how dramatic they are. They know that they are troublemakers. In other words, not troublemakers, but they just don't want to hear their mouth. They much rather push them off on you than to have to deal with them themselves. Or let's say that narcissist also is a type of person like a somatic that throws money around, that pays bills, that does things. So he will buy their loyalty or do things for them. And they will buy their loyalty in order to keep them, and they'll, in order to keep the peace or keep the money coming in or whatever, or to maintain that, they'll disagree with them. They won't say anything. They know something's not right, but they just won't say anything because they don't want no trouble. I've always wondered, are narcs demonically possessed? It seems like there must be evil forces around them. Is it the spirit of Jezebel? Normally I keep the biblical side. I leave that to my mentor, Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper, because she's the presiding prelate. She's a senior pastor, and she can explain it much, much better. I do know having the discussion when you're talking about a Jezebel spirit, though it does not have male or female preference, is more predominant with females. Jezebel is one that looks for power and usually operates behind people, looks for power, wants kingdoms, wants to dominate kingdoms, and hates prophets, kills prophets, and looks for power. A narcissist, on the other hand, feels, or they know in their mind that they are empowered. Love prophets, mirrors people, mirrors religious people, and you're dealing with a legion of demons. And so when you just hyper focus just on a Jezebel spirit, you're focusing on a spirit. It has Jezebelic like characteristics, but you're dealing with if you look at the narcissist, you're dealing with more than one spirit. You're dealing with a host of spirits. You're dealing with legions. Jezebel, which is the best for what she does, which is more feminine or likes females in general, which it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, but kind of prefers females more. Narcissist is a higher rating, even though some people like to argue, and I get it. I understand. I understand documentation. I understand statistics, and I understand the fact that everybody has not been, statistically, they need to do it with bigger population, but most of them won't. But there's a higher percentage with the males. And so a lot of times people fixate themselves, but don't shut your mind down and just focusing on just one, versus many when you're dealing with a narcissist. Don't limit yourself, because if you limit yourself, you might miss it. You see what I mean? But like I said, most of the time I try to leave that to my leader, because she does teach it from a spiritual and biblical perspective. It seems like when someone is a narcissist, they don't remember what they say afterwards, or maybe pretend not to. Oh, they pretend not to. They know exactly, because they're very strategic at what they do and say. That's called gaslighting, to make you think that they don't remember. Oh, they remember. Oh, they remember. Don't let them fool you. They remember. They got very good memory. They got very good memory. You must fight demons with demons. That's stupid. That's like fighting Beelzebub with Beelzebub. That don't make no sense. Mine told me flat out we were spiritually connected. It felt like a threat, as in he will never leave me alone. As if he would never leave me alone. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. The question go very, very fast. He would never leave me alone because he sees me as his property. Absolutely. Till death do you part. That's how they see you. You are always their property. Once theirs, always theirs. Oh, yeah, they got selective amnesia. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I believe it about Legion. The narc was a whole other person. I could not believe it. Absolutely. See? They do try and act like they don't remember, but they do remember all the mess they think you did to them. Oh, absolutely. Oh, they got good memory. Yeah. It is not, and the thing is you point your finger to how you going to talk to someone and try to act like they wasn't there when you did something for real. Okay, I missed that. The narcissist has to remember all the lies they've told. Sometimes they don't remember all the lies they told because they have told to so many people. So sometimes that mask fall off when they're trying to keep it together, and that's when that narcissist is on a decline. And that's why a lot of times when you pick up the phone to talk to them, you notice they don't call your name. Hey, it's me. Hey, baby. Hey, boo. Hey, sweetie. Hey, honey. Nicknames and stuff like that. But sometimes they don't even use your name, or they just pick up the phone. And they're like, hey, it's me, to see what you're going to say. You see what I mean? How can you protect your child when they always talk bad about you to your child? Well, you just gonna have to do what's right. You have to model what's right to your child. As long as you got court orders in, as long as you got legal paperwork in, a lot of times you can't prevent them from seeing those kids. You see what I mean? And so what you're going to have to do is you are going to have to model the correct behavior in what you say and what you do. You know what this person is, but you can't speak negative about them. You can't, and you correct the child. So, well, no, that is not right. That is not correct. But you have to model the correct behavior. Most of you guys were children of narcissists, and you grew up and you learned something about it, even when you have that other narcissistic parent dogging you out. The child becomes offended when a person keeps doing that. If you play the game and you do the same thing, the child is going to be confused and really they're trying to get away from both of you guys. So when you do what's right, don't lower your standards or change your characteristic for that narcissist and start doing the same thing that the narcissist is doing. You have to maintain your character and you do what's right. Even if it means shut your mouth and don't you say nothing negative about them. Correct them in love, but don't correct the children in love, but don't say anything negative. You're going to set the example. When my narc got caught in a lie. He attempted suicide. It was a traumatic ending to our 25-year marriage. Okay, so be it. That has nothing to do with you. But when you're dealing with power and control, and a person will try to control you, a controller will try to control you by threatening suicide or attempting suicide to force your emotions, to force you to come back and talk to them. The narc I knew, just make sure he's ready to meet his maker. The narc I knew used the same stories for each supply. Guess that made it easy. Of course, they can remember it. I mean, even a normal person, you tell enough lies, you can't even keep up with the lie. Mm-hmm. Going through the same thing when my kids are grown. See? Nelson said, period. Yes, you do what's right. And that goes for you men too. If she popping off at the mouth and saying negative stuff to your children, you be the best father that those children have when they come to see you. You spend time with them. You have to remember the narcissist cannot connect emotionally to that emotional level. They trauma bond. So you as fathers as well, you be the best father you are to those kids. You spend quality time with them. Money doesn't always make it better. Fathers spend quality time with your children. Speak to little girls. Little girls get their, what's the word I'm looking for? Get their confidence from their fathers. So fathers, if you're dealing with a narcissistic mother or a baby mama, fathers, daughters will look for what you are. So when you are parenting your children, remember, you're modeling for your sons, and you're also modeling what your daughter is going to look for later on. And those girls get their confidence from their fathers. So fathers, I commend you for hanging in there. You be the best father. Don't say anything negative about her. Correct the children in love and leave it at that. You'll leave a lasting mark in their mind. You can't play the same game the narcissist plays, because then you're going to lose. You're going to lose out because those kids are going to get confused. But you be the best parent, because when they get older, they're always going to remember the quality of relationship that you had. And what'll happen is going to backfire in that narcissist face. Look at some of you guys. Some of you guys are adults, and it backfired in the narcissist face. And a lot of you got away from the narcissistic parent, and you recognize, now you understand. So don't think your children are stupid. Your children are not stupid. Your children, you're welcome to, Karma. Dad has NPD, so I was trained to deal with. Okay. Is it normal for a narc to abandon their children? It's going on 6 months, no contact. Okay, hold on. Okay, I missed that. Okay. When you write long questions, they go really, really fast as questions come. When you ask a shorter question, I can catch it quicker. I told my ex I almost feel sorry for him, knowing he will never be able to experience real love, but I can't. I'm an empath. See? Can they function in ministry? Of course they can function in ministry. Eventually the mask will fall off, but all they do is mimic. They mimic and they mirror. And you have to think, when they're in ministry, some of them give great sermons. They're anointed. They're just not delivered. And so they give good sermons and everything. But at the same time, is there any deliverance in the ministry? And eventually that mask will fall off. And eventually their true nature comes out. Mm-hmm. My oldest boy is 30, 29, realize who he is. My daughter, 27 and 21, they're going to see. Oh, absolutely. It's going to be 3 years and no contact with my estranged husband. It feels good. Go ahead, Miss Cynthia. Go ahead. That's what I'm talking about. And thank you for all the hearts over there. Thank you so much. Sandra, is unbelievable that someone can have no self-awareness. Hard to fathom, but I guess it's true. Absolutely right. Yep. How do I help my daughter develop what her narc father can't give her? Be the best mom that you can be, Miss Candy. You be the best mom you can be without competing with him. Don't compete with him. Don't talk about him. Don't change your character for your child. Be the best mother that you can be. Have a conversation. Teach them empathy. Teach them empathy. Thank you, TF gang. So when I was married, I asked my ex to go to counseling and he told me no. Yeah, counseling don't work for them. They can know the Bible from front to back, but can't follow through with it. Hypocrites. Bingo. Well, hey, New Dawn Arises. I haven't seen you like in ages. How are you doing, sir? Dr. Carmen, should I be cordial with the narc that I report at work or stay silent? The tension is stressful. You can be cordial if you have to, but if you don't have to talk to them, don't talk to them. Let the tension be on their side, not yours. You're not there to please them. You're there to work and get paid. Hey, Queen Diana, how are you? Do narcs actually enjoy getting you to the point of physically attacking them? It's fuel. Yes, they feel empowered. That's called fuel. So if they can push your buttons, they know how to push your buttons to a point where you just go crazy. Number one, it makes them look innocent because they can point fingers at you. And number two, it makes them feel empowered. That's called fuel. It makes them feel empowered. I did that. And then they look crazy. Like, I don't understand why you would do that. You see, she's crazy. My ex-narc is dating a behavioral health counselor. Does she not realize that he's a narcissist? I mean, a lot of therapists are not taught what narcissistic behavior is outside of counseling and trying to help them. They don't know. And then you got to think a counselor is a human being just like anybody else. There are no superpowers that we have. We make mistakes too. And we get caught up in the wrong relationships too. Come on, y'all. We get up in a wrong relationship. Now, obviously, now, if you're teaching this all the time, you should be more aware. 4 minutes, okay, you should be more aware. But if she's not studying this kind of stuff, if she's not teaching this kind of stuff, if she's not, then no, she's going to have to learn just like anybody else. And once she learns and once she finds out what she's dealing with, trust me, she's going to be one of the better counselors. Let her go through her process. What's your opinion of Sam Vaknin? Good to watch or no? Well, now let's keep in mind, Dr. Sam is a sociopath narcissist. He is educated. He's educated. He is, I think he's a psychologist, and he teaches, but you have to remember, he is a sociopath narcissist. And remember what I said about narcissists. Narcissists always have ulterior motives. They also do everything deliberately, and they're very intentional with what they do. So it doesn't matter at what level a narcissist is, whether they're on the lower level, mid-range, educated, whatever. What is the bottom line? What is the foundation? Narcissist, sociopath. You have to make up your mind. When you listen, you have to make up your mind. You have to make up your mind. What resonates with you? And then when you're in the field, he's creepy. See, there you go. Go with your instinct. What you have to do what you got to do. And what is not comfortable for you, when you get that check and something don't feel right. Hey, Big D, how are you doing? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Danny Womack? Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. H.G. Tudor is a narcissist. I'm reading his book on Fuel. Yup, he is a greater narcissist sociopath. Yep, greater narcissist sociopath. So you have to make up your mind. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you who to listen to. You guys are learning. You guys are learning some things. And you have to make up your mind. If it don't feel right, then don't make. If it don't fit, you must have quit. And if your foot don't fit, don't try to shove your foot in there. But if you don't feel comfortable, if you feel if it feels creepy, if it doesn't feel right, don't go through with it. You have to go with what feel. If it doesn't feel, just feel creepy. Leave it alone. Go with your instincts. Well, thank you, Nelson. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How can he cut contact with his kids? Doesn't he love them? No, he don't love them. Narcissists don't love people. They need them for fuel, to include the children. No, they don't love anybody. Time? Okay. No, narcissists don't love anybody. Yeah, they are so pleasant. Absolutely. But no, they don't love their children. The children are new supply. Well, I'm at the end of my show now, so you're gonna have to go back, Mr. Danny. You're gonna have to listen to the beginning of the show. So I'm done now. So my time is up, and I'm talking to my other viewers here on Instagram and on Facebook, Periscope, and on YouTube. So the show is now over. So you have to go back and listen to it. Go back and listen to it. Why would a narcissist sabotage his children? And thanks for all the support, because they're a narcissist. Thank you, you too. You enjoy your New Year's as well, and stay safe. Mm. They don't love. Absolutely. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I know that was a very harsh reality, and I know that was you are so welcome. Is it Angela? Angela, I know that's I mean, I know you were wanting more from me, but I just say it like it is. I don't mean to hurt your heart. It's a very painful reality that we have to face, that they really don't love their children, that their children is just new sources of supply, other sources of supply and fuel. They don't love anybody. They use people. They can't love people. They cannot love another person. They can't attach. They can't attach. You see what I mean? What can you do when your narcissist baby mother has a new boyfriend taking her daughter to nursery? I don't quite understand that question. Thank you so much, Queen Diana. Thank you. Thank you so much. They use their children as extension of them to manipulate. They don't love them as they aren't capable of love. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Watch the Tax and Valentine Hoovers. Thank you, Shamika. You are absolutely right. Yeah, it's painful and very sad. Absolutely. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you so much. You helped me out so much, and I've become very knowledgeable because of you, Dr. Carmen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. They use adult children to provide for them. Absolutely. What's your spiritual leader's name again? You mentioned her. Her name is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. You can find her on YouTube. Is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. I love the context you provided on homosexual. You're welcome. You are so welcome, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much. I had somebody inbox me and ask me if I would talk about it, and when I looked it up, I said, "Oh, that's too easy. That is the somatic narcissist. That is the somatic narcissist. That is a somatic narcissist. That's exactly what you're talking about." So, well, you guys, I'm going to go. Yeah, it's Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. She's on YouTube. Please follow her. Let's get her likes up. Let's get these videos shared. Let's get this information out there. You are so welcome, Miss Angela. And we miss you. Can't wait for you to come back. Much love to you too, Karma. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Do narcs enjoy a relationship with other narcs? That's a disaster, honey. That is a disaster waiting to happen. They're narking. One is a narc, the other is a narc. They think the same way. Exactly what they're doing to you is what each one of them are doing to each other. That's a atomic bomb waiting to explode. It's a disaster. It's a mess. I've watched it too many times. It is a total disaster. It's crazy. It's a mess. Yeah. So I'm getting ready to go, you guys. Hey, Chris Unplugged, how are you doing, sir? So I'm getting ready to end the broadcast. I appreciate you guys. Chris, you are welcome to listen to the replay. I'm also, for those of you that, good day to you too, sir. I am also on YouTube under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. I am on Podbean, which is my podcast. I am on Facebook. And then I am also under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse on Instagram. And then I have my professional page, Psychological Health Consultants and Services, which I'm broadcasting off of Periscope. I am Dr. Carmen Bryant, as well as Twitter at Dr. Carmen Bryant 1. So you guys, there are plenty of platforms. As you guys know, Periscope is going away, and so it'll be on Twitter, but I am live on Twitter as well. But those of you that would like to follow me, please hit the like, the share, follow button, whatever. Thank you so much, Angela. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. I'm on Twitter. I'm trying to get my niche going. I got to get my personality for Twitter. So y'all give me a minute. So you remember when I first started making the YouTube videos, they were really, really boring. I just got to get, I got the young people that was schooling me today on the TikTok video. So yeah, Dr. Carmen, you're boring. Okay, so I got to spruce it up. So I got to bring my personality on TikTok. So you guys come on TikTok. You know, I got the young people over there. So you guys come on TikTok so I can go ahead and get my little personality going on TikTok. You give me a minute. Remember, it's boring when I first came on YouTube. So it's boring coming on TikTok, but you know, I'll wind up and cut up after a while. You ain't gonna see me dancing now. I'm not gonna be doing all that dancing. Those of you that are interested, I do have a book called Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Thank you, Ms. Nina. I do have a book called Unmasking the Illusion of Perfection. Those of you that are seeking coaching services, I do provide coaching services. If you email me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. I do not do business when I'm on live. So when people ask me questions and tell me they email me, I don't do business like that. You know, even if you're asking for appointments, if you inbox me, if you make comments and ask about coaching or counseling stuff, I don't do that. That's a professional business for me. And you are welcome to contact me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. And I will provide you with my fees for services. If you are in the state of Washington, if you are in the state, y'all, I'll say it 1,000 times. You guys will still contact me about counseling and insurance. If you are in the state of, you can purchase on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. But if you are in the state of Washington, if you are in the state of Washington, not Washington, D.C., in the state of Washington, I am a licensed practitioner in the state of Washington. And just be me. Chris, you got to help me out because sometimes I'll be a little scruffy. I can laugh and joke on YouTube, but when you got 1 minute to laugh and joke, my jokes get cut off. So I'm gonna try to be funny. I'm gonna come on and just be myself. But in the state of Washington, not me. So if you're in the state of Washington, I do provide counseling. However, my books fill up very, very fast. Hey, Deshaun, how are you? Pashana, how are you doing, ma'am? But my books fill up very, very fast when it comes to counseling because I have a lot of insurance clients that come through. So that's constantly going. So I have a set number of spaces for coaching. So if you want coaching, you're welcome to email me, drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. There you go. You got it. Dr. Carmen. I know, right? Washington State, y'all. If you are in Washington State, I can provide you with counseling if I have room on my books. And then I have slots set aside for those that are seeking coaching services. If you want coaching, you can contact me at drcarmenbryant@outlook.com. And I will provide you with coaching fees, what my fees are. So, and those of you that need counseling and you are outside the state of Washington, I do have vetted services that I provide for people. Not I provide, but there are vetted services. I vetted BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen. And many of you guys have really said that you really have gotten some good use out of that. They are licensed counselors in your state, even in Canada, that will provide you with counseling, licensed counselors. And when you're looking for a counselor, ask questions. Don't say, do you understand narcissist abuse? A lot of times you have to give them definitions of what you're talking about. You know, you can ask them the questions. Some of them, do you understand complex PTSD? Do you understand PTSD? Do you understand domestic violence? Do you understand the psychological effects of domestic violence? Do you understand the long-term effects of psychological abuse? Do you understand psychological abuse and using the children? And then listen to what they have to say. And then when you listen to them, you're like, okay, I can work with this person. Because that right there would let you know I will work with this person. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? And good night to you too. But that's how you vet. You can vet them. You can ask them questions. So you can vet the counselors to see what kind of counselor that you want. You don't have to just one size don't fit all. Yes, in Canada as well. Yep. So I know I need a count. Yeah, go to BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen. /Dr. Carmen. And if they will give you a 10% discount, and not only will they give you a 10% discount, they will also, if you're having problems, BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen, they will give you a 10% discount, Miss Cynthia. And if you tell them you're having some financial issues, they will also work with you and provide you with maybe a little grant to help lower the cost. But they are some excellent services for those of you that are looking for mental health services or counseling services. You can go to BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen. I am not currently providing counseling on that platform because I do private practice and I do it from the, yes, there you go, BetterHelp.com. But I do counsel. I have my own private practice, so I'm not with the platform at this time. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm gonna go and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Some of you guys is late. For me, I gotta go take off my mask, not the narcissist mask, the makeup mask. I gotta take off my war paint and take glasses off. And so you ladies know you know what goes on when you go in the bathroom and have to take all this off. So, but I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys for supporting me. I really enjoy talking to you guys. I really do. You ladies, y'all know, you know the deal. You know what we got to do. You know what we got to do when we don't look like this in the evening. So y'all, I never have people stop by and visit me ever. Because this is not what Dr. Carmen looked like, at 2 o'clock in the morning. I look all right, but I don't look like this. I don't look like this. So, and that's what you ladies, y'all know. Don't play. You ladies know. We know what we go through, right? We know what we do. Thank you. So it's Carmen. It's Dr. Carmen. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To you too, Ms. Nina. So, hey, you guys have a wonderful evening. Did I forget to say anything? You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Hey, the light sure make it look better. Thank you. Yeah, we ripping off masks, putting bonnets on, hey, do-rags. You know how we do. Pulling off eyelashes. Yes, Lord. Find out some people with big eyes actually have little tiny eyes. Yep. Yeah, see? Exactly. So, hey, you guys, I'm getting ready to go. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will see you this week. And New Year's, like I wanted to come on Christmas. I wasn't able to because I had family over. And so on New Year's, I'm going to try. I'm not sure if I can, but I'm going to try because I will be with family again. But I will make sure I try to tap in before I go to where I'm going. And don't worry, I'm not around a bunch of people, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm just with family. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. One thing I want to say before I get off, let me say something to the kings that are on this channel. A lot of times, when you look at the, because you guys go look at my analytics, it's available to you look at. The percentage of women on here is like 81% or something like that, 81%. So percentage of men that are actually subscribed to my channel is very low. And so a lot of times, especially as a female, thank you, Jonathan. I really appreciate you. Who are to you? But, a lot of times when I'm talking, I'm a female providing you information from a professional standpoint. And also a lot of times I'm talking to a lot of the women. And then a lot of times, the men are on here. So I try to make sure that I include it because narcissism is narcissism. Thank you so much, Deshaun. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But, and so I think somebody got offended before because they said I was a feminist. If anybody knows me from the military, honey, when I was a first sergeant, when I was a leader, and I had males and females. And one thing I'm not a feminist. However, I encourage my brothers and I encourage my sisters because a lot of times we do forget that men go through trauma and men go through abuse just like women have. And then on top of that, you got these crazy females sometimes, these women that are straight crazy and they make the men, that's right, shout out to the kings. A lot of times we have these crazy females and these crazy narcissistic women that really drag these men through the mud. And then a lot of you ladies like, there are no more good men out there. A lot of times it's not the fact that there are no good men out there anymore. A lot of times some of these men have shut down. And so a lot of times you think that these men are, let me tell you something. Sometimes when a man shuts down, it's not the fact that not all men are narcissists, but a lot of times a man has been hurt so much that they'll shut down. They won't commit. They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't hold on to a relationship because they've been hurt. And once a man shuts down, they shut down. It doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. You know what I mean? It just means that they have been hurt. And so a lot of times when they have been hurt, they shut down. You see what I mean? So ladies, all men are not narcissists. You know what I mean? All men are not narcissists. And I commend you kings that come on here. You still want to take care of your families. You still love your children. Yeah, yes, our men have been hurt. A lot of our men have been really, really hurt. And no one has really been able to touch their heart. A lot of times they have not. See, you shut down too. And a lot of times they just haven't, there is somebody out there for everybody. Let me just tell you guys that there's somebody out there for everybody. And a lot of times as men, no, they don't shut down, meaning they don't get in a relationship. When I say relationship, they have relationships here and there, but they don't want to commit into the relationship. That's not what I'm talking about, Miss Susie. No, some of them get in a relationship, but they just don't get in a relationship and they won't give themselves out. Some of them are shut down emotionally. And the thing is that, yeah, I'm going to save it. But a lot of times, you have to remember there's a woman out there for you and there's a man out there for you. But a lot of times you guys have to take the time to heal. A lot of times you have to take the time to heal, because if you don't heal, you're going to pull the damage that's inside of you. And a damaged person is going to pull another damaged person. A jacked up person is going to pull another jacked up person. You want to be the best you that you can be for you, so that you can pull the best them that you can pull for them. I mean, you have to be the best you so you can pull the best them. And likewise for the person you're pulling, they need to be whole and complete. They don't need to be, leaky heart and damaged on this. You don't need that. You've already had that. And so men, you got to heal, and women, you got to heal. Men, you can't be desperate, and women, you cannot be desperate. If you really want to be with somebody, the best gift that you can give them is a complete person, because they need to be a complete person. And men, there are women out there that will love you, that will honor you, that will cherish you, that will cause you to trust again. And women, there's men out there that will love you, that will honor you, that will cherish you, that will bless you, that will take care. Some of you guys are so concerned that, they won't love your children. There are men out there that will love your children like they're your own, that they're their own children. Trust me, it's out there. But the thing about it is that you have to heal first. You see what I mean? Yeah, that will not cheat on you. There you go. There are men out there that don't believe in cheating. Some of the men think like you do, and when I say think like you do, they want somebody that is smart. They want somebody that is intelligent. They want somebody that can stimulate their mind. They want somebody that's doing something for themselves. They want somebody that's not going to cheat. They don't want this big mouth woman that always got something to say, and you trying to dominate the man and rule over the man and control the man, just like the woman don't want somebody ruling. And you see Jonathan will raise his hand. Look at him. He said, yes, Lord. But there's somebody out there for everybody. And what you have to do is, a lot of times you playing around with the wrong person. So when you are playing around with the wrong person, the right person can't even come, because you all caught up with the wrong person. So you take your time and heal. You see what I mean? Take your time and heal. And the right person, all of a sudden, you two will just all of a sudden meet. It's going to be unexpected. Y'all going to meet. It's going to be unexpected. You see what I mean? You pray for the Lord. Yeah, absolutely. You pray to God. He hears your prayers, but you make sure that you yourself are healed first. Because a lot of times the person that's out there for you can't come until you heal first. You heal first. Men, you heal. Kings, you heal. Because kings got a lot to, good men. There are good men out there. You see what I mean? There are good men out there. And there are good women out there that are looking for good men, and good men that are looking for good women. But you can't find each other until you heal right. If you don't heal right, you're gonna keep on pulling the same parasites you've been pulling before. So men, I want to commend you guys. A lot of you guys are survivors too. And it's hard to believe that men can be abused. It's hard to believe that a man can go through domestic violence, because society is not going to allow a man to say that I was a victim or a survivor of domestic violence. So most men just stay quiet. Most men stay quiet and they don't say anything. They're not going to tell you. And for society, it makes them look like they're weak. You see what I mean? The society tries to make a man look weak when a man says, I was being abused by a woman. And then some men won't even put their hands on you and let the woman abuse them, instead of putting their hands on them or saying anything or doing anything. And they'll leave their whole family, and then all of a sudden he ain't about nothing, and that's not true. Sometimes they walk away because they don't want to do anything to hurt you. They don't want to put their hands on you. They'll walk away from everything. When you dishonor or disrespect a man, they'll walk away from everything, including their families, because you don't dishonor or disrespect the man. Okay. So hopefully I said that. Oh yeah. Honorable Bishop, R.C. Blakes, awesome father figure, pastor, bishop, man of God that talks to the heart of men and women. He talks to his sons and he talks to daughters, and he gives you advice. A lot of you guys didn't have a father in your life to talk to you as fathers, for women and for men. And then my mother, who is the senior presiding prelate of Into His Chambers ministry, she talks to her sons and daughters, and she provides you with information and biblical perspective and spiritual perspective. The good, the bad, and the ugly, truth shared. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But she will provide you with information from a biblical and spiritual perspective. I appreciate that. I'm so honored. But she will provide you. It is Helen Sadler, Destiny Helper. That's on YouTube. And then you have Bishop R.C. Blakes. He is also on YouTube. And those two are very powerful individuals. One is my mom, so of course she's powerful. I mean, what you expect? I'm a daughter. And then you got Pastor Kathy Gibson. She comes on Mondays. I think it's 7 or 8 o'clock. That's my big sister. And she has a show called My Life is Intentional on Periscope. And she's also a pastor. And she provides encouragement to those that are wounded, those that are hurt, that have been brokenhearted. And right now she has had Apostle Sadler on her show as a guest. And so very powerful teaching. Go back and look for her. Is Pastor Kathy, I think it's Kathy Gibson under Periscope. You guys go check it out. Oh, thank you. He sent me a clap. Thank you so much. But yes, go check out her show. And you know, when you get healed, you need healing from. Everybody has different belief systems. I understand that. Everybody is not a believer. I do confess my faith, you know, as a Christian. But everybody has different belief systems. But I do believe in the whole person concept. I do believe in when you're dealing with your soul, you're dealing with your mind, your emotions, your will, your thought process, your heart. You know what I mean? You got to take care of that. Then you got to deal with your body. Take care of your health, because being Team G, that's what I'm talking about. But you also take care of your body, your health, you know, the food that you eat, exercise, because when you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, it wears on your body. It wears on your health. Some of you guys age prematurely. Some of you guys got ailments and stuff that, yeah, exactly. Tall, dark, cutie dot. I like that. Yeah. But most men is not even, well, now you say that most men are scared to report it, but also a lot of men are embarrassed to report it. Why? Who is going to believe a man? You know what I mean? Who's going to believe a man is just going to come out and say they've been abused? But like I said, you know, you have these two individuals. You got my big sister that comes on and talks about it, you know, talks about relationship. But I do believe in the whole person concept. You take care of your mind, your emotions, you take care of your body, and you also take care of your spirit. You see what I mean? You got to take care of your spirit. And so whatever that means to you, how to take care of your spirit, whether it means, you know, you listening to church services about healing and hearing your spirit, or if you meditate, you chant, whatever it is that you do to take care of that spirit. You see what I mean? Whatever your belief is, you know. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm not going to keep on talking. I've been on for 1 hour and 20 minutes, I think it was. So, but I thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me. And those of you, I know a lot of times to my LBGTQ. Oh, thank you so much. Come on over here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You can come on over here to YouTube too. You come on over here to YouTube. I am on Overcoming Narcissist Abuse on YouTube. You're welcome to come on YouTube. I come on live every Sunday, and then I do videos, pre-recorded videos during the week. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. But you guys, thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you guys know, we're getting ready to enter into 2021. And so I'm wishing you guys pain meds. Oh, nice. You know what? Just be real. Don't sound like a crackhead on here. But I appreciate you guys. I thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for trusting me. Narcs are really boring people. Actually, no, they're not. I've never been with a boring narc. That's the bad part. And then I got a sense of humor too. So every narc I've been with had a sense of humor, and they were not boring at all. Believe you me. So, you know, to each his own. Everybody's different. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys go over there and you guys support Telsha. She's the T on NPD and relationships. You guys go and support her. She's my moderator here, but she has her own YouTube videos as well. You guys go over there and support her on her show as well. And thank you so much, Telsha, for taking the time to even come over here. That's okay. But that's okay. Just be real. But yeah, they use the kids against the fathers. Yep. But thank you guys. Thank you so much, Miss Telsha, because she has her own show and she takes the time whenever I come on, and she's one of my moderators, as well as Just Be Real. New Dawn Arises. And I don't know where Stevie Bananas is at, but he's usually on here. But thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for sensing. He had no sense of humor. Shoot, the one I got a sense of humor. So everybody I pulled had a sense of humor. Were funny, just like me, funny. But they and nice looking too. Smelled good, looked good, drove good. Dressed nice. So to each his own. Everybody each to each his own. You see what I mean? Every narcissist is different. But thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, so I'm ready to get off. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, my podcast family over here, for being here with me. You are welcome to come on my other platforms. You can find me on Instagram under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find me on YouTube, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You can find me on Periscope at Dr. Carmen Bryant, Twitter at Dr. Carmen Bryant 1. You can also, I think it's Psychological Health Consultants and Services on Facebook, but it's easier just look for me under Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Really, if you think about it, if you really want to find me on all the platforms, just go to Google and put Dr. Carmen Bryant in there or Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and all my platforms will show up. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. I love you guys. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you later on this week. You guys take care of yourselves, all right? Talk to you guys later. Go be great. Go be great. Go be great.